Hey, Taebyn, what's going on?
Hey! I can't seem to get into the studio. Dude, are we recording tonight?
As far as I know, hey, maybe that note on the door has something to do
Oh,
with it.
there's a note. That makes sense. I've been sitting here trying to open the door, and I saw that little piece of paper on there, and I thought it was just a piece of like chicken food, so I didn't disturb it because I don't want to disturb
Ch-
the chicken that is
of
around apparently.
course, chicken food often looks like paper.
Exactly. See, you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, I know where you're
you
coming
have a
from.
good point that it could actually be a note of some kind.
Yeah, yeah. So let me see. What's this say? Okay, Barely is running late and he
Oh,
will be along as soon as he can.
okay.
And he says we should go to the transformation station and do an experiment while he's gone. Maybe that'll
There you go.
let
Pass the
him.
time by. What better
Yeah,
way to pass the time than to turn me into some unknown thing?
yeah. So
Yeah.
let's walk back over to the transformation station.
Happily, it's a nice day for a
It
walk.
it really
Whistling sounds.
is. It
Whistling
really
sound.
is. Yeah, whistling
Do
sounds.
do a dun dun dun.
Do it. Dun dun dun. Okay.
Okay.
It's really great that I keep these sound effects right here in my pocket.
It really is very handy. You never know when you might be at the grocery store and you have to like do a cricket at people for whatever
Right,
reason.
right. So,
Okay.
wow, I didn't realize they put a statue over here.
You did.
Interesting.
It's your building. How did you not know that?
Well, yeah, I just don't pay attention most of the time.
I see. I see. So
I've
what
got
what
more
is that statue
scientifical things
doing?
going on.
It's true. It's
I
true.
I don't know. I mean, it's where they used to have the Taco Bell signage,
It it looks a little bit like Barbara Streisand, actually, if you look at it
kind
from the
of,
right angle.
or Weird Al.
Or I mean, Weird Al's nose isn't that big, but I think maybe it
No,
could be.
I think you're right. I think you're right. It's probably Barbara Streisand. I don't.
Probably.
That's weird. I don't know why
What
they put a
else could it
statue
be?
over here.
I don't know.
the The city just gets weirder and weirder all the time. All right. Well, why don't you come on in? Let's go down to the lab and see what's on this lab.
Okay, let's see what's on this slab of lab or
Well, it's
something.
going to be you. I mean,
Oh, so it's
somebody's got to
gonna
run the transformation ray.
be a border collie on the
Yeah.
lab
But
and
on
something
the slab,
on the
in the
slab
lab,
in the
in the
lab
lab.
with the Labrador, which is what we had to go
Yes.
through in order to get in
Exactly.
here. The
Labrador
Labrador
is the door that lets you into the lab.
with
All
the border
right.
collie. I don't
With the
know
border.
what is even going on. I don't even know.
I don't know, but thanks for asking. Stand
Yes,
on the X, would you?
I'm just gonna stand on the X. Okay, there I go. There I go. Here I
Okay,
am.
all right. So let's get some settings put in. I'm just gonna kind of randomize this all, and
Okay,
let's
just go
see.
crazy.
Okay,
Oh,
well, apparently it took it. So here goes nothing.
I hope I remain
In
something.
three, two, one.
Bark, 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 bark,
Hmm.
bark, bark. What happened to me?
Uh, well, you appear to be a barbecue grill, and
I was gonna
it's
say I feel all swirly, and I guess that's why.
it smells like you're smoking some mesquite in there.
I'm a little scared about what my fur is gonna be like when I get out of all this. But
Ooh,
okay,
Yeah, it
at
might
the
be a little
moment I'm
singed, a little smoky, but I think you'll be okay. I mean,
smoky puppy.
so far the transformation ray hasn't killed you.
That's right so far.
So
Um,
far, so good.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm grilling some stuff up. I like this
yeah,
because barbecues are great and they make every fur happy. So I feel like I'm
right.
doing my part in making every fur happy by
Oh,
grilling
I mean, I
some hot
love a
dogs.
barbecue. In fact, I have got some hamburgers in the refrigerator over here, and they're
That
not
sounds like
even green.
and they're not even great.
No,
That's
I'm gonna
actually
put these.
that's
I'm gonna
such a
bring
much better
these
idea
patties
than
out.
that's such a
Yeah.
much better idea than grilling hot dogs because I just
Um.
realized. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm kind of a hot pup at the moment, but hamburgers
Right.
are better. Yeah.
And we really don't know how many wieners he can fit in you, anyways. So
We don't
um,
want to find out. No, that's not too
really
bad.
don't want to find out. Consent is key here. Is it all right if I
Um,
lift your lid?
oh yes, yes, please do. As a matter of fact.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna lift your lid and put on like 5 hamburgers or six. 3 for
Let's
you,
just
3 for me.
yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Okay, I'm gonna put 6 hamburgers on the grill, And I'm gonna close you up here, and let's just get going. So how does that feel? I mean, are you noticing the?
It definitely feels warm.
Okay.
I feel a little bit of the hamburger grease dripping down inside of me. My tummy's getting all warm now. But I know it's
making me
safe.
hungry.
I know. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
And then all the nice juices, and there'll be barbecue sauce, and
it's starting to smell great.
Yeah,
the Transfurmation Station has never smelled this good, especially when it was Taco Bell, because I don't think that they used real meat.
I don't think Crunchwrap Earl did not. He didn't care.
I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I don't think he did. I think he was like cutting corners left and right.
I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that
leprechaun.
wasn't real meat.
No, the leprechaun.
If it was real meat, it was like leprechaun or horse meat or something.
Horse meat
like
or spam or something.
Leprechaun horse meat.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah, gross. Yeah.
But me on look at this.
Yeah. So, man, those burgers are smelling good. Do you mind if I check them out and flip them? All right.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna open you up here and flip these burgers. Oh man, they're looking so good. Do you like cheese on yours?
Yeah, pepper jack, please.
Pepper jack. Okay, pepper jack on the Pups burgers. I'm gonna put some sharp cheddar on mine.
This is kind of a surreal experience that I'm realizing. It's like we're talking about grilling our dinner on me, on my tummy right now, and it's really surreal, actually.
It is kind of real, really weird. So
I'm not talking about it like it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the Transfurmation Station. Anything can happen in here.
Anything can happen.
Oh man, those are smelling so good. So how do you feel being a grill? Is this something that you would want to do for the long term, or
probably
least
not
until company picnic is over?
At least that. Probably not for the long term, because I don't like the third degree, and I keep getting grilled in this form. So
yeah, and I think you'd probably set off all the smoke detectors at any con we go to. So
yeah,
probably a good idea to change you back here in a second. Before I do that though, I gotta get these burgers out. Let me lift.
Or else they're all mine.
Where did they go, Taebyn?
Oh,
where are the burgers?
Come to think of it, actually, I think my tummy just had a little double snack with all 6 burgers accident.
Wow. Well, I guess I'm not eating tonight. Close you back up. So, any final thoughts about being a grill? And I hope you enjoyed my dinner.
I did enjoy your dinner. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That was very superficial for you. And my final word is, did you get the very horrible pun I told?
I must not have.
Okay. it seems like you didn't. I wasn't sure if you did not, or if you did, and you're just like, no, I'm not even going to acknowledge that.
Sometimes I get them and just don't acknowledge them because I don't want to encourage you.
Yeah, I know this. So it was the grill thing, the third degree and grill.
Yeah, the third degree. Well, I got that one. Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I just didn't want to like pump your ego up too much.
Okay, thank you.
Because I was worried that if I pump your ego up too much, that we'll get a little bit too smoky in here and might set off the fire suppression system, and we don't want to do that because I use halon in here because we've got such expensive equipment, and halon goes off, we've got to hold our breaths and run out the door, and it's bad.
And maybe you'd have to like wheel me too, and there's
right.
You don't have time.
I don't think we have time for that. So let me see here. Let's hit the reverse.
Well, and before you do, I feel really bad. So lift up my lid again.
Okay, let's open up the lid.
And do you see anything exciting in the refrigerator over there?
Ooh, yeah, I've got some eggplant.
Oh, hey, you could. Okay, so quickly make yourself some eggplant parmesan. So throw that in me, grill it up, because I feel really bad. I'll resist temptation to engulf it.
All right, let's get this on the grill here. And could you? You're getting a little bit cooler Could you like maybe think warm thoughts?
Okay.
Think hot thoughts. Hot thoughts.
Hot thoughts.
Otherwise, it'll take forever for these things to cook.
You don't want that. Yeah. Hot thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of. Why am I thinking of a building burning down? That's not very nice.
No, that's too hot. Too hot.
Okay, too hot.
Little less.
In the middle. Okay, got it.
In the middle. Okay. Let me check on the. Oh yeah, they're grilling up nice. I've got grill marks on one side. Let's flip them, and this time do not eat them.
Okay, nope. I'm working really hard not to do that.
And
you better take it off because I'm getting too anxious here.
Yeah, so. You're starting to like vibrate a little bit. I'm thinking you might. Okay. All right. I got these guys off. I'm gonna set these over here to cool a little bit. Yeah, and I'll let you have some. We'll try it together.
Okay. I mean, you're so nice.
Nobody.
All you furs out there, this is a nice raccoon. If you haven't met Rayne before, obviously nice raccoon. Even after eating all his dinner, he's gonna share some with me anyway. I mean, come on.
Yeah. All right. So let's get you changed back into a pup so that you can enjoy some of this eggplant parmesan with me.
Okay.
Could you stop? Could you like dampen down a little bit your flames because you're starting to smoke, and I'm worried that the smoke might diffract the beam.
Okay.
And then we don't want that to happen.
That should.
Okay. Okay. It's locked in.
It's okay.
All right, so I'm going to start it. In 3, 2, 1.
Bark. I still feel warm, but I feel pup again.
Your pup, you do have some tendrils of smoke coming off of your tail and your ears.
Is the fur basically okay, though?
Yeah, no singeing. Okay. You're smoking, and you smell very mesquite right now.
Nice.
I've got to say, it's a nice change from the apple pie.
Yes.
You may want to think about putting it in the rotation.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I go to Con, and every fur is all like, why do I feel I'm at a barbecue all of a sudden? There, as soon as I walk in the room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody loves barbecue. So, would you like to try some of this eggplant parmesan?
I would.
All right. Well, here you go. You made this. I mean, you deserve at least a little bit of it. Although I think I deserved some of my hamburger.
You do.
Too.
Oh, I'm gonna give you all the credit because actually that's pretty good. You do good eggplant parmesan there, Rayne.
Thank you. And it's not easy doing it on a grill. It's
especially a pup grill.
especially a pup grill that seems to disappear the food inside as soon as it gets ready.
It's true. Well, should we head back and see if Barely's back? We can take the rest of our eggplant parmesan with us. Walk through the nice
let's see if he's gotten back. And if not, let me grab my lock picks. We can get into the studio and wait for him there.
Yeah. Good
All
idea.
right, let's walk back. That Barbra Streisand statue is really freaking me out.
I was just gonna say as we walk past, it's like there's something freaky about that. I must say.
Yeah. Did you notice how the eyes follow you?
That's what that. Well, yeah, I did that. I almost feel like the head kind of turned a little bit too. I'm a little scared.
You know what? I think it did. You know what? I don't think that's a statue. I think that's actually Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand? What are you doing here, Barbra Streisand?
I don't know what she's doing on the corner next to my transformation station, but okay.
She likes leprechauns a lot. I don't know.
Oh, who doesn't? I mean, they're delicious.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. Door is still locked.
Oh, well.
Where the heck is Barely?
I don't know. He didn't say he was going anywhere, but apparently he is.
Oh, well, let me pick the lock then real quick, and we can get inside, because, I mean, it's nice outside today, but this isn't getting the show done. Yeah. All right. And we're open. Come on in, Taebyn. Let's get the show started. I know Barely would want us to get started on this, because it's getting kind of late, and I know Pup has a bedtime, and we don't want to be past that.
No, don't want to get past that.
So.
Okay. Well, tell us things, Rayne.
all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am not Barely Normal, and you're tuned in to Barely Furcasting featuring Taebyn.
But I'm Taebyn.
Yeah, and you're Taebyn. And with me today is, of course, Taebyn. So how the heck are you, pup?
I'm good. I'm excited because Barely's not here and we didn't change the words on our introductions to do that.
No, well, I'm using his script, and so yeah, I had to. Apparently, I'm also here because it says about me.
Yeah,
so,
it says with me again. So I'll talk for Barely. With me again, and for the first time today is my associate producer and de facto co-host Rayne Raccoon. Hello, Rayne.
Why, hello, Barely, who's not here, played by Taebyn.
Yes.
Yay, we did it.
Yeah, we did it, and I'll just say, Barely now says, I'll talk like Barely, and of course it would not be, that's what Barely sounds like, would not be BFFP without the T, so please give
It's like he's in the room with us.
I know, it's like really, so welcome to the Prince of Pups. Apparently I'm Prince of Pups. Now Taebyn, how the fluff are you, Taebyn? Hi, I'm Taebyn.
Pups. That's like almost as good as Prince of Persia.
Almost, but
I really want to play that game though, Prince of Pups. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Me too. Of course, there are Persian kitties, so I mean, it
stands to reason there must be Persian dogs.
Persian puppies, yes.
Yeah. All right.
So yes, I'm doing good. It's been a good week. Been just running around doing the things, but having a good week. The weather's been really nice. I've been spending time outside, just barking at things, and it's been fun. And how about you, Rayne?
Turkeys, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of turkeys I've been barking at.
They get, like, as soon as the fall starts happening, they get awful cocky.
Well, and around where I live, year round, they're just a menace. They're actually a little bit better now than in the spring. The spring they're really crazy, but
oh yeah, well that's little turkey making season, I think.
Oh,
so that probably makes them all crazy.
Little turkey. So, is there? I feel like there's a type, like a brand of turkey meat called Little Turkey.
I don't think so. I think you're thinking about Durkee.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There's a brand called Durkee. I know
there
that.
is. So, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's delicious.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So what do you say we do some past today? Do you have any past today?
Doot. Music. No. Capitalism, Mary, we're so much tired from.
Dang it.
Actually, before past today. Okay, so we started past today, and now we're going to go back a few minutes to do the rewind.
To the past. Today.
The past, which is today, aka 2 minutes ago, because I did mean to say a few things.
Okay.
One is because I got to do it. We got to do it. Plug for Get Out the Float.
Oh, yes, definitely.
FurCon in Seaside, Oregon, February 2 through 4 next year. That's 2024. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Nice little con. This will be the first year it's an actual con. Before it's been an event, but now it's an actual FurCon. Yeah. Very exciting. Me, Rayne, and Barely will all be. We all have, I guess we're on the board or something. I don't know what we are, but we're all like.
We're on the board.
Okay, so basically we're on the board, so we're doing things. We'll be there.
It's a dartboard, but we're on the board.
Yes, exactly. We're looking for volunteers, looking for furs to do some panels. So if you're interested in doing that, or just for coming and join the fun, come and join the fun. By the way, it's also a very squeaky event, so lots of inflatables and stuff.
Yes, it is.
If you furs like that, come join the fun. And so it's getoutthefloat.com. Go there. Registration should be open. If not yet, really, really soon. And at least you can sign up for volunteering and panels too.
Volunteering, panels, and DJ applications, I believe, are all up. So we are taking applications for DJs. I'm in charge of that. So shoot me a message through the website and let me know if you want to DJ.
If you're interested in DJing but always thought, I don't want to go to a big con and DJ because that's scary and everything, this would be a great place to start.
It was my first con DJing, thanks to a certain pup that we all know and love. And it was quite the blast. I had a good time. I can't wait to do it again. It's such a fun little con.
Yeah, it is. It's such a great deal. And it's little enough that you can hang out with furs, but also you don't have to be pressure to feel like, oh, I've got to go do all these panels,
Right.
but there's just all this time to just like hang out and do this stuff. I mean, there are panels and things to do, but it's a nice.
But it's a very social con.
Yes.
I like it because it's fun. You can get to meet everybody.
Yeah, totally
and
everyone.
It's a great venue.
Yeah, it really is.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and even though
Come
it's
hang out with us.
February in Seaside, it's still gonna be fun. So it'll be
Oh
good
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
The ocean is beautiful down there, so
All year round.
Just yes. It's
Good
beautiful.
times, good times. So I had to say that. Another thing I had to say is ask you is why is leather so hard to find?
I don't know.
'Cause cow hides.
He does.
Yes.
Or
That's
she
kind of a
does.
nice
She
kind of
does.
part 2 of the whole they're good at it thing. So
Yeah.
and the other thing I have to say is time for Jessie for a walk.
Time for Jessie for a walk. Okay.
Time for Jessie for a walk. And there's an explanation behind that because that's a sentence that doesn't make sense. So when Barely gets back, make sure to tell him time for Jessie for a walk.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to be like, what the heck are you talking about? Have you had a stroke?
Something like that. It'll be fun to find out. So all you furries, make sure to keep listening because later, this is so exciting that Rayne is going to tell Barely time for Jessie for a walk.
Time for
That's going to
Jessie
be
for a walk.
exciting and fun.
Yes.
Okay. So speaking of exciting and fun, let's get back to the past today.
The past today, which is now the future, but since just a second ago it was the past, we're back in the past today. So do you have any past today?
Future to the past future today.
Oh,
I'm
man,
going to say
time is
no.
so
I do
Okay.
not. Do you?
Okay, well, I do because Barely left some past today just lying around. So last week we talked about the Great Space Coaster. Get on board. It ran from 1981 to 1986, and it was not a Sid and Marty Krofft series. It was co-created by Kermit Love, who was the original Muppet designer and builder for Jim Henson and the namesake of Kermit the Frog.
Oh my! So okay, let me
Yeah.
stop you there for just a minute because there's lots of things going through my mind. I mean, I know you got more to say about, but I got lots of things. So
Yeah.
not Sid and Marty Krofft. So remind me, was there something about Sid and Marty Krofft last week, or is that just something that randomly was important to say? By the way,
Sid and Marty Krofft were a very prolific creator of children's shows in the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh,
so they created a lot of the really kind of out there weird children's shows that were available at that time.
Ooh, I should get one of those books and read that.
Yeah.
And so were they like last week? Did we think that it was?
So we talked about the Great Space Coaster last week, and we thought Barely and I thought that it might be Sid and Marty Krofft. We didn't know.
Okay.
So that's why we said that. But yeah.
And interesting about the Kermit Love, because I was going to ask, and you just said it's the namesake.
I didn't know that Kermit the Frog was named after a real person.
There it is.
Yeah.
And Jim Henson. Do you know who Tim Henson is?
No, but I know Tim Jennison.
Who? Who's Tim Jennison?
He was my boss at New Tech.
Oh.
He is the creator of desktop video editing.
Really?
Yes.
There are so many like names that are
brilliant guy.
Wow. All these things.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Tim Henson is so I don't know if you first know or not. Tim Henson is the guitarist / lead person for the band.
So good you can't even remember their name.
Let me. Okay, I don't know why I can't remember. Okay. Let me see. Holy. Why can't it's Polyphia? Yeah, it's Polyphia. But now let me check to make sure that I'm in Polyphia. Yeah, Polyphia. So Polyphia is this really great band that I discovered recently. They're not metal. They're like progressive. Really like don't even know how to describe them. Very technical and like. Math rock, if you've heard of that. It's just very technical, and they've got a lot of. So Tim Henson is just amazing guitarist, like total pushing the boundaries, some might say, of modern guitarism and stuff. And some say he's like the greatest, one of the greatest guitarists, and he's only in his 20s or something. So he's going to be. I had a conversation actually with a friend of mine recently about him, and he doesn't think he's the greatest. He's just really good at what he does. But I don't know. All you Furs, check out Tim Henson, especially if you listen.
Does Tim Henson have a drummer as good as Animal?
Wild thing, I make your heart sing. I make everything.
Well, no. I mean,
there is no drummer as good as Animal. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Oh, it's very close, but definitely
Okay.
good. And I mean, so if you listen to their song "Goat," GOAT, has what some say is the most difficult guitar riff ever. They have a lot of these songs that have like insanely difficult guitar things. And the fact that Tim can do some of this is just amazing. Anyway, I totally got off track, but
We're off the rails like usual. Only a few minutes into the real show. So
I'll let
back
you
to the past today. So Kermit Love, the original Muppet designer and builder for Jim Henson, and the namesake of Kermit the Frog. And Jim Martin created Great Space Coaster. Jim later went on to work on a number of Henson-related projects, including Sesame Street. So the series episodes, which were videotaped in New York City, were directed by Dick Feldman and were fitted with a laugh track. It was produced by Sunbow Productions and distributed by Cluster Television, a division of Hasbro. Puppets were designed.
Hasbro.
Yes, the game company.
If you have siblings, then it's very possible that you Hasbro.
You Hasbro or has sister.
Or has his. And you know, there's probably something. I bet we could do better than that. So because you got to incorporate the game thing in it. I'm totally. Yeah. I know you have more to say about Space
Hasbro,
Coaster, but I'm totally.
The Parker Brothers Hasbro.
There you go. See how smart Rayne is? Look at that. Okay, I knew we could do better than what I came up with. Okay, I'll let you continue. I don't know if I'll let you finish, but I'll let you continue talking.
I can finish. I'll just rush through this. So the puppets were created by the Great Jones Studio in New York under the supervision of Kermit Love. The puppet designers and builders consisted of Jim Karupa, Robert Lovett, Christopher Lyle, John Orberg, and Matthew Stoddart. The Muppet Show was pre-Great Space Coaster.
Okay,
and
there
that
we go.
is the past today from Barely that he left just lying around.
I mean, anyone could get that. This is criminal. And now that you say the Muppet Show was pre to Great Space Coaster, I'm now remembering us talking about that and trying to figure out where in the time.
I couldn't remember if the Muppets were first or what, but yeah. Well, I mean, apparently they're all tied together, though, because they all worked together.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I did not know that. That's very, very interesting, actually. All you Furs, if you find this interesting, or if you don't find this interesting, write us in through the website or Twitter or X or the BFFT chat on Telegram and tell us what you think, if this is interesting or not, how all these things are weaving together.
I mean, assuming X isn't bankrupt by that time, because apparently he's getting ready to charge everybody who uses X to use X. Oh,
really?
Yeah, that's apparently
I'm not going to be doing that.
Thing. No, a lot of people probably won't be. Old Melon Husk said that if he can't make X profitable, that bankruptcy is not off the table.
Oh my. Okay, well, good thing I just got a Blue Sky code today.
Yeah. That is a very good thing, because I don't know how much longer it's going to be around.
That's good to know. All
right, so I think we need to get on to That's Just Stupid or News of the Odd.
Are you stupid or something?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
do you have anything that might fit in that slot?
Besides anything that I actually do,
Well, I have a note here that you have a history lesson that,
I do.
must fall in that spot because it says
Oh,
history
because it's
lesson.
right under there. Oh, um, see, does this? Let me read through. Does this fit in? Yeah, we'll just say it fits into the "that's a stupid." I originally didn't mean it to, but there it is. So we'll just go crazy.
I mean, it is Taebyn stuff, so.
It is. It is. So, history lesson has to do with like how like commanders of sea stuff and naval and armies and everything used to do stuff and how they do stuff now. So now, like what happened recently was a camp commander. I can't talk. He was new and everything, and there's this bench sitting there, and so all these camps that have commanders, they have benches they have to sit on and everything, and they have these weird traditions and everything. And so this new camp commander didn't know about these traditions, and there's this bench, and there's two guards that are just like guarding it for whatever reason. And he figured it's one of these traditions, and it turns out it's a very useful tradition that they still do to this day. So let me tell you the history part about it and why it's all important and stuff and
What's
what
the
they're doing.
history?
Good question. Or her bush, not just history.
Yeah, true.
Very bad. So anyway, the cap command, he goes over and he asks the guards, okay, what's the tradition here? What are you doing? And actually, what's interesting is it's such a tradition that the guards, like, they don't actually know. This is just something that they do. And way back in time, there was a good reason for it, but they just don't remember. And the guards say, well, we don't know. It's a regimental tradition. That's what they say. They know it's a tradition. So, but we want to know what the tradition is. So the commander goes and finds the last commander and tries to find out from them. And same thing. This goes back a long way. He says, I don't know. This just has happened for years and
I was
years.
in the military, and a lot of that stuff, a lot of those traditions just go back decades and decades and decades.
You're right, and you don't know like now why, but there's a really good reason for it. At one point, probably not today, as you're saying, we don't know.
Yeah.
So he goes back like hundreds of years and finds like the originator of who started this tradition to find out what goes. So finally I'm getting
TARDIS or.
Who's that? In a TARDIS.
Did he have a TARDIS? Okay.
He had a TARDIS.
I'm trying to figure out how he went back hundreds of years.
Good point. I should say more specifically, he found the guy that's like 100 years old now and called him.
Oh, okay.
A lot more.
Okay.
Thank you. So the history he finds out is that so he says there were two men assigned to this guard bench in this new camp that I've been assigned to. Do you know what their tradition is? Why are they still guarding it? And the old commander says, what? Is the paint still wet? And that's the tradition.
Yeah. That sounds very much like a lot of the weird traditions we had when I was in the Air Force.
So what is a weird tradition you had when you were in the Air Force?
Oh gosh. So one of the weird traditions at my detachment was our master sergeant loved to play pranks on people. This dude could not stop himself from playing pranks. And like some of his pranks were just downright weird. So one of his favorite ones,
very much like my puns. It's like I can't stop, and they're usually
yeah.
bad, and they're usually pretty stupid and weird. Yeah.
Master Sergeant Fitzgerald loved to really make an impression with his practical jokes, and one of his favorite ones was called the greasy glove. Okay. So when you have like new people come into the detachment, you always muster out, which means you stand in a line and kind of at attention, and he says some words and of encouragement and all of that stuff, and then he says at ease, and then he comes by and shakes your hand. Well, the greasy glove is his little joke to see if he can get you to break military bearing, which is that eyes forward, no smile on your face, and sir, yes sir type thing.
Yeah.
So he would take a surgical glove and he would just dip his hand down into a bucket of axle grease.
Okay.
And he keeps his hand behind him so nobody knows that,
Yeah.
what's going on. And as he comes up, he shakes your hand and you get this big old wad of axle grease all over your hand while you're in your nice dress blues. And so that was one of his weird little traditions that just about every new person in the detachment had to deal with.
Oh, and it's so, and you're like, oh, it's so dumb, Mister. But you can't say that.
It's dumb, but it's funny. It
is
is
it?
kind of
Oh,
funny, especially when you're not the new person after you rotated out of that, and he's greeting new people
or greasing new people, as the case
new
were.
people. Yeah, he liked to grease everybody. But yeah, there were a lot of those weird little things that little traditions that happen there. The other one was we always did bowling on Friday nights.
Oh, well, that's a good one, though. Yeah.
Yeah, except when you got things to do.
Oh, yeah. It was like mandated. You had to go and bowl.
Mandatory fun. Which is, I believe, the name of a Weird Al album.
I was just thinking, yes, I think you're correct. Mandatory fun. And he's standing there I'm visualizing the CD cover now.
Oh, So, I think I don't have any more odd, stupid news or anything.
Neither do I.
So I think we're going to just move on to media. So what have you been watching, pup?
Oh, me first? Oh, my cow.
Yeah, you get to go first.
I feel honored. You're so nice.
Oh. Well, you ate all my hamburgers, so.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I have to. That's my penance.
It's your penance. You have to go first.
I have to go first. I've been watching South Park for lunchy still. That's what I do. We talked about last week a little bit. We're rewatching Big Bang Theory season 4, and we started watching. We're halfway through Knives Out Glass Onion, which I think you talked about before.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. I've seen the first one, Knives Out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Which is excellent. Yes.
Yes.
I have not seen Glass Onion yet.
Yeah, we started last Saturday, I think. And I know last week, and we started it, and it's long, so we actually only got halfway through. We're going to finish the other half tomorrow, but it's really good so far. It's excellent. Murder mystery, and really, I've always enjoyed murder mystery type things and stuff.
Oh yeah, me too.
Always,
especially with great actors in it.
Playing
up their characters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's really good stuff. I mean, the first half is anyway. We'll see how the other half is, but
right.
That's all we've been watching. I've been playing Bloons, of course. Monkeys Go Pop.
Nice.
Beat Saber, good stuff.
Yes.
They have the Crab Walk song. I don't know if you know the Crab Walk song. But they have, it's one of the, not default, but one of the ones that come with the Beat Saber.
Right.
Is Crab Walk song. And it's fun. It's like a 2-minute little thing. I was able to beat it on hard, without slowing it down or anything.
Very cool.
It's one of those that, like, there's a lot of repetition, so it wasn't hard for me to, like, what I usually do, like, to get ready to do radioactive on hard, I had to go to, like, the practice and slow it down to, like, 70% or something first and build up. Now I can do it on hard. But the Crab Walk song, I first tried it on 90% and it was fine. So then I tried it on 100 and it wasn't bad. Good exercise, though.
It really depends on how complex the beat is in the song. Which way the computer will assign blocks for
the blocks and definitely. I mean, something like
radioactive has a very complex beat structure.
I was just going to say radioactive. You're all over the place, and it's really good exercise. Anyway, so check out the Crab Walk song on Beat Saber. It's fun. It's a fun little song and fun.
I haven't played Beat Saber in a while. I might just do that tonight.
There you go. See, I'm helping.
Yes, you're helping.
I talked about Space Cat Tactics last week and how I got the actual full version and hadn't played it. Restarted the prologue that I had before, and I have not continued.
Okay,
so that's exciting.
We'll be waiting with worms on our tongue to find out when you continue.
Yes. But 2 games. I think you talked about. Well, you did talk about this last week. Budget Cuts Ultimate.
Yes,
I got that and did the tutorial.
Fun.
And got really scared with that first robot when the elevator.
When he shoots you in the elevator, oh my gosh, it
And
scared
then
the
it's
crap
just
out of me
3
too.
hours earlier.
Right.
But that was scary. But yeah, no, I played
I've
a little
gotten
bit
up to
more.
the point where we're at the 3 hours now.
I'm at 3 hours. Oh, okay. I'm not that far.
So at the point where the doors open and he kills you, I'm at the point where
The
now
actual
I've got
part
some
there.
weapons and I can defend myself. To that
Okay,
part.
good. Yeah, I haven't, like in the very beginning, you wait and then you
Mhm.
have to jump to I haven't jumped to the next building yet. So I'm still just walking
So
around.
there are a lot of secret panels. Make sure you look up.
Look up. Ooh.
Look up
Ooh. I
quite
haven't done it
often
yet.
because there are spots in the ceiling where the ceiling tiles are out, and you can get up in the ceilings to run away from the guard bots or to get into other rooms.
That's really. I remember there's one in the little tutorial thing. There's that in the side you have to go through one of the panels. So I've
Yeah.
experienced, but I didn't even think about looking up.
Yep.
Looking
The
up.
ceiling panels are sometimes the only way to escape.
This is good to
So
know. Maybe that's why I
make sure
haven't
to
been
look
able to
up.
find out where to jump across to the other building yet.
Right.
Maybe another game I got on VR. I think you talked about before is Job Simulator.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only played a few minutes of it. I think I got the demo a while back and played the
Oh,
demo,
okay.
and I
I
did.
bought
It was okay.
the full $9.99. It's definitely not. It's a good little what's the word? Novelty type game.
Yeah. It like
Um,
Budget Cuts has more of a story, and it's a little bit more fun, I think.
yeah, Job
That's
Simulator.
why, cause kind of glad I didn't buy Job Simulator, because I was like, this just looks like work.
It is. I mean, it's. I think I got Job Simulator because I started getting scared with the robots and budget cuts, and so I. But no, Job Simulator has like 4 jobs. You can be a office worker, and I've gone
Mhm.
through the whole office worker. It's only like 7 minutes or something. You go, you get a job. Like you have to hire people and you just stamp a thing and it's cute and fun. But there's also like mechanic. I haven't done that yet. And there's food service worker. So I'm actually looking forward to trying those out.
Yay.
But that's the media I've been doing this week. How about you, Mr. Rayne?
Well, I tried to get Portal 2. So Portal 2 has a mod out now that's supposed to let you play Portal 2 in VR.
Is that why I haven't found? I went to you had said
Yeah.
that, and I went to
There's
find like
it's
just
a mod,
Portal.
and you have to go through the whole thing, and unfortunately the mod seems to work for a lot of people, but it's not working for me on my computer. So you have to play it through Steam on your computer. So you run QuestLink and play it through Steam on the computer, and I have not had any luck getting it to start yet. But I will keep at it, and I will report back if I find anything good. I've been playing
I'd like to try that. Yeah.
Budget Cuts Ultimate, of
Oh, yeah.
course, which is a lot of fun. I've been played a little bit more Bloons,
Nice.
and been watching a lot of tutorials for DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah. Part of
So
that is
yeah,
my
that's
fault, but
part of that is your fault, but it's I like learning new things, so it's not a big burden to me. So
yeah, I want to keep learning it too.
yeah.
Well, I still have yet to make, so I don't. If any fur actually knows I was going to do this, then I hug you so tight with posies because this is old time. But I was going to make. Well, Rain, I think I was going to do this. I was going to make a QuarnCon video back in June of 2020. I went out and took some video, took some pictures, and I was going to make a QuarnCon video. Like there's me, Jacob, and TB sitting around for social distancing social hour. So we're all sitting like 6 feet away and everything. And anyway, way back then I said, and I tweeted, I'm going to make a QuarnCon video, but I never did. So I still want to do that, which means it's motivation for me to
Well,
still
let's
learn
make it
DaVinci.
happen.
Let's make it happen. So
Yeah,
I
make it
need to
happen,
learn
Captain.
Captain.
Yes.
But I do like DaVinci Resolve, so I thank you for turning me on to it.
Of
It's
course.
a nice little video. Nice little. It's like it can do
Oh, it does
so
everything.
much. Oh my
And it's
God.
free. And then
Yeah.
the paid version is not that much, but it gives you even more functionality. It's an amazing program. Black
Rain,
Magic
you just bought
Design.
the paid version,
Yes,
didn't you?
I did. Black Magic Design, if you want to sponsor us, we would be happy to take your money.
Now that we're talking, I thought we were
Yes.
Yep, you have to give us money
But
now.
yeah, that's all the media, software, games, and stuff I have been consuming. And it appears that Barely has been rewatching Bob's Burgers from the beginning, and he's
Okay.
still watching What We Do in the Shadows. And he finished Foundations season early, and he's awaiting the next season. And he's been super bust. I think he means busy with his other two podcasts as well.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he's not here. Maybe he's out doing some kind of
Podcast
thing
thingies.
with podcasting on other podcasts. He's cheating on us.
He's cheating on. Oh, Rayne, we need to change this to RFFT.
RFFT, Rainy Furcasting featuring Taebyn.
Yeah, because Barley's he's got his own thing. He's cheating on us. He's cheating.
Yeah, he must be cheating on us. Okay, well, with that, it is time for me to take my headphones off a little bit because it's time for Furries in the News. Must be all those burgers.
But really, furs and folks and furs, it's time for Furries. I said. Time to get on with it. Okay, I'll try. Push the button.
Just cracked my glasses.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Okay, well, Furries in the News, Bark.
I think you cracked my glasses with that one.
I did.
Impressive range there. So do you have any furries in the news?
I do.
You do. So do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Oh, you have some. How about you go first?
Okay. Again, Barely just left this stuff out. You'd think he'd put it in a safe or something. So, I mean, it's so valuable. So, first thing we've got is an opinion piece from the Oregonian on why keeping Portland weird is more critical than ever.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is my Furries in the News. This isn't Barely.
Oh, this is your Furries in the news. You left it laying around. Well, then you do it.
I will do it. Yeah, Barely doesn't even know. I mean, he probably saw it, but he doesn't. So it's a more of a potential Furries in the News. So it's not about furries, but it's definitely relatable. So yes, as you started to say, this is an opinion piece from the Oregonian from September 3rd of this year at 7 a.m.
Pretty recent.
The title is Why Keeping Portland Weird is More Critical Than Ever. So it's an article about Portland, Oregon. And if you were to see it, you would see this picture of someone in what is that? That is
it's a centaur unicorn.
Centauricon, yes, exactly. And it's the columnist, and her name is Christine Lassiter, and she's actually a mortgage broker and performance artist who hosts a weekly podcast called Finding My Own Weird. And she's in Portland. So the article goes, last month I galloped into the Portland Saturday market to debut my unicorn centaur character, Aurelia Stardance. So this is why we don't know for sure she's a furry, but it's pretty...
Well, we could find out. We could try to contact her since she's, in the area. Possibly she would like to come
on the show.
Guest on our podcast.
Why didn't I actually think about that? There you go. I did not, Rayne, this is why you're this smart one. I didn't even think about either of those possibilities.
I will see if I can find her and see if she wants to be on the podcast.
So all you first, I'm going to continue talking about the article, but maybe in the future we can actually talk to Aurelia Stardance, find out if she is actually a furry, and if not, get her. I mean, she does a podcast, so she probably has a lot of interesting, good things to say.
Indeed.
If nothing else, make sure to check out her podcast. Again, that's called Finding My Own Weird, and she's in Portland.
Excellent.
Continuing the story, with a loud clomp of my hooves, she says, I paraded amongst market goer showing off my pure white horseback, long sparkling horn, and white feathers running up my shoulder, giving added flair. Immediately, people started snapping.
You have to have the added flair.
Oh, you've got to have the added flair. Oh, my cow. Yes. Immediately, people started snapping photos and recording video. You could sense people's awe when they spotted me and feel their excitement over this unexpected moment of whimsy. At that instant, I truly knew the unadulterated joy that being weird brings to me and others. And of course, we can all see now why this is relatable to furries.
We relate so hard.
Oh my cow, indeed. Being weird is not a job, but a calling for me. The character I create, again, this is totally relatable resonance with furry, what I'm going to say right now.
Oh, yeah.
The character I created, Aureola Stardance, is more than a costume. It is a persona through which I can connect with community at public appearances and events in a way that I could never do as Christine Lassiter. By being this bigger-than-life character, my hope is that it gives room for others to feel comfortable exploring their inner weird.
Some might say a fursona.
That word comes to mind too, for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Christine about that. I'm also helping organize the second ever Weird Portland Gala and host a podcast in which I interview the offbeat characters of Portland and this is me interjecting, of which I know there are many.
We're kind of offbeat characters of the Portland area.
And we're so offbeat that we're not even in the salad anymore. Because we're off.
Right, because we're offbeats. I'm offbeats because they make your pee turn funny colors.
And I'm reminded of, I'm off the rails again, but I'm reminded of long ago I told a joke on the pod. This is when you first started listening to the pod. And I was saying things about how I have a friend that says, Taebyn, you're kind of off-putting. And I said, well, I feel that I'm more on Jello. And all you furs, Rayne spit his coffee onto his desk when he heard that.
Yes, I did. Thankfully, it did not ruin my keyboard, but it was rather hot. Hot coffee should not go up through your nose. That's all I'm saying.
I do not want that to happen. Thank you for that wise words of wisdom. Anyway, where was I?
She is also helping organize the second ever Weird Portland
Gala. That's right. She interviews the offbeat characters of Portland as they discuss their journey to find their true, authentic selves. While I am a mortgage loan officer as my main job, cultivating Portland's world of weird has been an important part of me giving back to the community that I love so much. And these last few years have shown me why it's more critical than ever. And she goes on in the article to say how important it is to keep things weird, not necessarily just Portland, but in helping cope with Portland's tribulations that it has recently endured and everything. It's important as it helps encourage creativity, innovation, and a vibrant sense of community, as the article says later. So all you first go check that out. Go check out Christine's podcast, and it should be good times. So that is my, I guess I'll say, potentially Furries in the News.
Well, excellent. Yeah, since that was your Furries in the News and not Barely's, I have no Furries in the News for you.
Oh.
So I think we are done with Furries in the News for right now, but we do have a movie review from Chitaro about a zebra.
A zebra. How exciting.
A zebra.
What is the name of this
Only a half
movie?
a zebra, though.
Oh.
I'll let Chitaro tell us.
Okay, I'm very excited to find out about this half zebra. Chitaro, tell us all about it.
What have you got for us this week, Chitaro?
Well, this week I have a movie that is currently playing on, Amazon via Freebie. Free V. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Free V.
Okay.
Right? But it's the name of the movie is Kumba. It was done in 2013, and it's actually a cute little story about a zebra.
Nice. I like zebras.
And this movie is kind of awesome. It starts in a real place, believe it or not, the Kuru Desert in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at a zebra watering hole, so to speak. And it starts off with the narrator, who just happens to be Kumba, talking about, things that happen and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden it goes and it shows all these zebras that are playing ball. And there's one specific zebra that is a female that's just about to give birth. Well, we can guess to who, right? Kumba.
Nice.
So it's interesting because Kumba, when he's born, he is behind his mom, and all the zebras go, "Oh, he's so cute!" And then he starts to step out in front of his mom, but then he sneezes and then gets thrown back, and everybody's, "Oh, that's so cute!" And then he comes out. Well, the interesting part about Kumba is that he is a zebra that is striped in the front half of his body, from like maybe his chest forward up to his head, but from his chest down to his tail and back legs, he's completely white.
This sounds like the milkman might have been involved.
or something like that, for sure.
Yeah, well, whatever the zebra equivalent of the milkman is.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know who that could be, or at least the person who delivers the water at their watering hole, I guess. So when all the zebras, however, see Kumba, they're like, "Oh my God!" They're not happy, and they're saying things like, "That's not right. How is this possible?" But there's of course one zebra who says, "He's funny looking, but I like him."
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And so the next scene, they have girl zebra and Kumba, who are running around, and at the same time, whilst they are running around, you can notice that their watering hole went from normal height down to almost nothing, and it's just kind of disappearing.
As it does in the desert.
Yeah. So the other zebras started making fun of Kumba because of various reasons, one mostly because he doesn't look like every other zebra out there, right? And because of that, he has a difficult time fitting in. And not only do the other zebras, but also Kumba blames himself for this drought that they are having, right? And so Kumba, of course, gets all irritated over what happens, and he walks off to another part of this area where the zebras are. And he starts to hear a voice that's talking through the thorn brush. And so he goes over and he notices that there is a face on the other side of the thorn brush. And they said, "We noticed that you have water in there, and we are in search of water. Can you let us in there so that we can have some? Because one of our fellow herd members is in need of water and is kind of sick." Well, this herd member are impalas, and so Kumba goes, "Sure, I don't know why I can't let you in." So he does something to open up this section of the thorn bush, and as he's looking out to see the impalas walking in, he notices, "Oh my God, it's a big gigantic world out there. I only thought that, because they're surrounded by this thorn brush area." And he thought, "Wow, this is big, and what a big world outside." So he starts to wonder what it would be like to be out there. But of course, he has to take these impalas that he just now led into the area to the watering hole. Well, when he brings the impalas over, all the other zebras are like, "What are you doing? You can't do this. This is our watering hole. Nobody else belongs in here." And so the impalas ended up saying, "Okay, fine, we understand. We're just going to go ahead and leave now." So they left, and as they left, there's this big leopard who's watching as the impalas are coming out. And of course, as they're walking out, the leopard ends up attacking one of these impalas. And as he's attacking one of these impalas, he ends up smelling and sniffing something that he had never smelled before. And what he smelled was Kumba, the zebra. And so Kumba, of course, ends up dropping the thing, but of course, the leopard is very intrigued, right? Well, then the story moves on to Kumba getting talked to by the zebra elder and his father and a couple of other high-up zebras, saying, "What did you do bringing these impalas in here? You shouldn't have done that," and so on and so forth. And so his father says, "Okay, well, I'm going to punish you, and I am punishing you by cutting your water rations in half." And he says, "Well, I don't care, whatever, So he goes off to see his mother. Well, his mother, who just gave birth to him, unfortunately has been sick. And so he goes up to her and tries to give her a piece of fruit and says, "Here, Mom, eat this." And she goes, No, you should eat this. You need to get big and strong." And he says, No, Mom, you need to eat this because you need to get better." And she says, "Well, you know why I named you Kumba?" And he goes, "No, why'd you do that?" He says, "Well, Kumba means skin. And so with that, she basically tells him about a story about how all zebras had the same color of skin. It was all white, and they had no stripes. Well, one day, as she's telling the story, one day a zebra found a watering hole that when he drank from it, it gave him stripes. Well, he goes back to the herd, and all the other zebras were jealous, and they wanted stripes too. So they all went to this magic watering hole, as they called it, to jump into the watering hole just so they could get stripes. Well, the story, as Kumba interpreted it, meant that if he found a watering hole for all the zebras, that he would gain his stripes. There's part of the story right there, because he has now got this in his head that I have to go find a watering hole.
Right, to get them stripy stripes.
Absolutely, because stripy stripes are important.
Yeah, if you're a zebra, they're very important.
Exactly. And so the interesting part is that in the very beginning of the movie, there was this praying mantis that's flying around. And at this point of the movie, Kumba ends up seeing this praying mantis, and this praying mantis looks like he's trying to say something to Kumba. But of course, praying mantises don't speak. They're insects, So he's sitting there on, and he ends up drawing something on the ground. And Kumba's like sitting there going, what in the world are you trying to do? I don't understand. And so he didn't understand until when he went from his mom's back to this place where the praying mantis drew the picture. He starts looking at this picture and he goes, wait, this section that he drew is water. There has to be a magic watering hole, and these are directions to get to the magic watering hole. So he says, okay, I'm going to escape from this area, and I'm going to go and try to find this magic watering hole. Of course, as soon as he gets out of the thorn brush, he ends up meeting a painted dog. And this painted dog says, hey, I can help you in terms of stuff, but can we have some of your water? And of course, Kumba, being the kind person, kind zebra that he is, he says, okay, sure. And so this painted dog takes him back to his pack. And what does the painted dog pack want to do? Well, all the painted dog pack wants to do is eat him. Okay? Well, at this point, a wildebeest and an ostrich, what an interesting combination, come to Kumba's rescue, and they save him from the painted dogs of being eaten by them. And so the wildebeest and this ostrich decide, okay, we're going to trust you that you know where you're going, and we're going to follow you to this magic watering hole. So they have lots of different adventures, and some things that are kind of funny happen. I'll leave that to the viewers to watch, because at this point, the movie kind of is autonomous, and it makes its way on an adventure to find this watering hole. I will say that Kumba does end up finding a watering hole. Well, technically he finds two, but the first one, the first one was kind of funny because it ended up being in some nature preserve. And the scene that happens there is awesome, but when he finally does find the water, all of his other zebra family decided, because the girl that he was with said, oh no, Kumba went off somewhere, and so they all decided to leave the area and go try to find Kumba, and of course they all end up at the end, and they're all happy, and let's just say he does end up finding water for the herd. We'll leave it there. And I'll let all the other furs that are going to watch this movie figure out if Kumba gets his stripes. But I like this movie because I don't know how familiar you are with the singer Ben Vereen, but he was actually he's actually a voice of the elder zebra, right?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and you have Steve Buscemi, who is the painted dog that
Oh yeah, that would be a perfect voice for a painted dog.
And the interesting part is that the voice of the leopard is Liam Neeson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
he's a leopard with a very certain set of skills.
Well, the interesting part is this leopard, when he was born, he was shunned from his pack because he was blinded in one eye and couldn't see. And so they threw him into a pool of water, and he survived. And he went and killed all the rest of his pack just so for vengeance, so to speak. Yeah, and
wow,
so
he really does have a certain set of skills.
Yes, he does, and it's awesome. Awesome. I like this movie because it had some interesting music. Plus, Liam Neeson as a leopard, awesome. His voice does so much good for that leopard. It's awesome. But the interesting part is that there are a lot of fun things that happen. There's some sad things that happen. But overall, I'm going to give this movie 4 chirps.
Oh, nice.
I think all furs need to go watch this movie. Now, granted, it is on Amazon, but through free V, which means, unfortunately, there are ads that you have to watch.
Oh, no. It's like so Stone Age, like back when I was growing up.
I know, right? But the interesting part is, I will tell you, that the ironically funny part is all the ads are almost all Amazon ads. So...
Well, of course. I mean, it's on Amazon. They want to promote themselves.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I still would.
By the way, this movie review was brought to you by Barely Furcasting, featuring Taebyn.
Right. No affiliation with Amazon or its sub-affiliates.
No. BFFT is a wholly owned subsidiary of Injured Nerves Productions.
Yes. So, but go out there, furs. Watch this movie. It's awesome. And I don't know what else to say. It is an awesome movie. It's not very often you get to see a whole lot of zebras that run and talk and stuff, because they're not an animal that is normally in movies.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them. At least not, like recently. There was that one movie back in, back when they were doing the Medville series on the Disney movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. There was a racing zebra one movie. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. I forgot about that one. But yeah, they don't do zebra movies a lot. But this one was awesome.
Not very often.
No, for sure. So, not sure what I'm going to watch next time, just so you're aware, because I have so many movies in my list of things to want to watch. I got confused over thinking, oh my God, I don't know which one to watch. So it's going to be a surprise for next time.
Just throw a dart at a board.
It's kind of that way, to be honest.
Well, it's good to have choice.
Absolutely. And there's tons of furry movies out there, so...
Yeah, I mean, people just don't realize how many there really are.
I know, right? It's awesome. Or in my case, it's possum.
Indeed. Possum indeed. All right, Chitara, we'll talk to you next time.
Awesome. Sounds great. You guys have a great rest of the show, and we'll catch all you furs on the other side of whatever.
All right. Thanks, Chitaro.
Thank you.
That was
very
a great
cool.
review.
Very cool. I might have to just check that out. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Indeed.
Okay. Indeed.
Oh, no. I'll try it again.
I just screwed that up.
You did. I'm going to try it. I'll give you another chance. Howdeed?
Indeed.
No, you were so close.
Wait a minute.
You were so
just
close.
in.
Yes.
It's been so long since we've done this bit, I forgot about it.
Let me try. Okay, so third time's a charm. Howdeed?
Third time's a charm. In.
Yes. And I remember that's exactly what Barely did when I first told him. I was like, howdeed? Indeed. Howcation? Vacation. Like, no. That's not how it goes. But anyway.
I'm kind of like an old computer. Garbage in, garbage out. Like, if I put new stuff in, it overwrites the old stuff. So.
How right?
Sorry about that. Over.
Yay! Big round of applause for the raccoon. Did it?
Because I just relearned it, so now I've lost something else. I have no idea what it is that I lost, but I lost it. Oh well.
Oh my God.
So I think we have some upcoming events.
There are a bunch of upcoming events in the next few months. Yeah.
Quite a few of them.
Tell us all about it, Rayne.
I tell you all about it. How about I do through October and you handle the rest through November and December?
There is one. Okay, I can do that. I can do it. Okay.
So, starting out September 29th through October 1st of 2023 is Furry Takeover in Fontana Village Resort and Marina in Fontana Dam, North Carolina.
Oh.
Then we have Alamo City Furry Invasion, which is in my old stomping grounds. And that is, yes, that is October 13th to the 15th at the Marriott San Antonio Airport in San Antonio, Texas.
Texas! What am I doing?
Tejas. I don't know. Then we have Confuror on October 19th through the 22nd in Barcelona, Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Yes, and for all you furs, Paco Panda is going to come on the show after her conference because he's going to go and he's going to come on and tell us all about it. So all you furs, yes, that's right, our very own Paco Panda with the amazing art that is wonderful. Yes. And shout out to season 1, episode, what was it, 8 or something, when we had him as an actual guest on the show.
Very early, yeah, it was very early in the season.
Yep. So all you furs,
very early in the show. But yeah, he's fantastic. So huggable. Such a nice fur.
Such a nice panda, yes.
Okay. So yeah, he's going to be there. So look for maybe his report sometime in early part of November. And then the next thing we've got is what the heck? Furor, not Furor. That Furor is something entirely different.
That's like Germany and stuff.
Yeah. This is Furor. And it's October 20th through the 22nd of 2023 in the Boutique Hotel Lodz in Lodz, Poland. Then October 26th through the 29th of 2023, we have Furpocalypse at the Armon Hotel and Conference in Stamford, Connecticut. And October 27th through the 29th, which is the same weekend, you could be in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin.
You just might
Aquatifur.
You could be.
That is at the Chula Vista Resort in the Wisconsin Dells Water Park Resort, Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin.
Wow, that's a lot of. Say all that again.
No, I don't think so.
I'll try. Chula Vista Report, Wisconsin Dells Water Park Resort, Wisconsin Dells. Wow, there's not a lot of Wisconsin Dells. There's a lot of Wisconsin there's.
Yeah, and then to end October off and start November going, we have the biggest little fur con in Reno, Nevada at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, and Barely will be there with his co-hosts from the Off Leash Pupcast, and you can go give him and Canes and Dawson a hug, and I'm sure they would appreciate it.
They would. Yeah, you first go hang out with them, go talk to Barely. They're fun. Yes. So anyway, biggest little fur con, and so continuing into November, we have November 1st through 5th. Holy cow, pup! You've got furry blacklight. I don't know why I'm so excited about it. Yes, that's why I'm excited about it.
Because you said holy cow.
I did say holy cow. I actually don't know anything about it. So all you furs, if any, goes to furry blacklight in the Hilton Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport in Tremblay in France. If you go to that, let us know, and then you can come on the show and talk about it.
I so love blacklight. I hope it's like a whole blacklight themed thing, because some people's fursuits would look amazing under blacklight.
Yes. So all you first definitely come on the show and let us know if it was a blacklight thing. Yes. Then you have within that time span, November 3 through 5, you have PodCon, which is at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel San Jose in San Jose, California. I know
Do
a
you
lot
know the way.
The what?
Do you know the way to San Jose?
Only if you pay to say how gay you are. Yay!
Yay! Okay.
That was a stupid thing that I just did.
You know that's a song, right?
It
song.
Is? I did not.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
I did not know.
I'll put a clip in here so you can hear it.
Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose?
See, you earned. Okay, good. And I know a lot of furs that I know over in California that go to Further Confusion, also go to PodCon. And then November 10th through 12th is Halloween at the executive.
That's cool.
It is Halloween. boop. Oh, not at the Boop Boop, but at the Executive Hotel Vancouver Airport in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. And then that weekend, if you're not in Canada, you can go to Ohio, or maybe you can like go to Canada, then jump to Ohio, then jump to Canada throughout the weekend between Halloween
Yeah.
and the World Wild Fur Camp at the YMCA Camp Campbell Guard in Hamilton, Ohio. And Rayne's doing YMCA thing. That was really hard.
It works better. It works better like in person and in a non-audio only format.
It does, and with the song, and it's just
yeah.
And then, of course, at the end of the month, November 30th through December 3rd, you have Midwest Fur Fest,
which is this raccoon's birthday.
Are you going to MFF for your birthday?
No, sadly not.
I'm not going to MFF for your birthday either.
Okay.
So it works
then
out.
You can be here, so that's okay.
Be not at MFF for this at the same time. So MFF, I know a lot of you first are probably going, and already know that it's at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, and those are
yes.
the October, November FurCon's coming up, which reminds me. So next year, I might potentially be going to 5, 6, or maybe even 7 FurCons next year. Next year is
ambitious, pup.
Yeah, I don't even know how it happened, but so I'm going to be at. So all you furs, if you care and want to see me, I will be at. Well, Rayne will also be at A&W. In Seattle. Really, really great. And then the weekend after, I and Barely will be at Further Confusion in San Jose. And then, of course, all 3 of us will be in Get Out the Float in February in Seaside.
Indeed.
And then me and my hubby are thinking about going to Vancouver in March. I haven't been to Vancouver yet, but I hear it's a good little con. Thinking about it, because we're not doing TFF next year. We decided, no, not doing TFF, but we might do Denver again instead.
Oh, good choice.
And then probably going to do Furlandia. And then if BLFC is at the normal time, you kind of got to.
You're almost contractually obligated to do Furlandia.
I am, for many reasons. I've had so many firsts there. I was a guest of honor. I placed in a dance comp one year. It was my first con ever. Is just lots of stuff.
You met me there.
I met you there.
Changed your life forever.
Totally, exactly.
Yeah.
So all you furs, if you want your life to change, meet Rayne Raccoon. I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'll make your life so trashy.
It's so trashy. So of course I'll be doing Furlandia and BLFC if it's at the same time as it's usually used to be. I'll probably do that. So that's like
if they go back to weekend, I will definitely be trying to go. But if it's in the middle of the week, I just don't know unless I get a much better job.
You never know might happen.
You never know. You just don't know what's going to happen.
You never know. So now all you first know my cons and potential cons next year. So now you know which cons to potentially avoid, I guess, because I might be there anyway. So that is our upcoming events.
Yay!
And there it is.
So I know you usually do story time, but I got a book with a raccoon in it that I want to share the story with you.
Well, Rayne, so all you first get to hear the amazing Rayne Raccoon do a story instead of me this week. Do a dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Now do the whistle going backwards thing. Now do crickets. And with that amazing setup, Rayne will now read a story.
Okay, this story is Little Ty Cooney and the Big Yosemite Race.
Oh, that's so cute and scary at the same time.
Yes, it's a big race. So, let me get to the first page here. And it's titled Little Ty Cooney and the Big Yosemite Race. And so, there was a day in the month of May when the Yosemite animals raced. El Capitan is where it began, and they all lined up before they ran to make sure their shoes were laced.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to do.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be tripping. The morning was bright, 'Twas a beautiful sight to watch the sun come up. Tension was high, the clouds drifted by, while all of the runners warmed up.
Pop.
This race was long, this race was hard, it was only for the courageous, for only the strong could run so long on routes that could be so dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yet upon this day raced one so young that others thought he was loony. No chance did they give that he'd finish or live, and this brave young lad's name was Ty Cooney.
Oh, Ty Cooney. Oh, my.
But
Is
he
it Ty
was
Cooney?
determined. Yeah, he's a raccoon. But he was determined, this little raccoon, to overcome this circumstance. In his heart he knew, as the start whistle blew, that he'd have a fighting chance.
Chance.
For he had practiced long and hard, and time again, till he could run this route without a doubt, and run it like the wind.
That's the wind.
That's the wind, yes. There was a morning glow on the valley below as Ty mounted his goat. They started the race down Capitan's face while Ty held on to his throat.
That's
So
not what I thought I was going to say.
So he's holding on to the goat around the goat's throat. Because,
Oh, that's how you
Goats.
hold on. Okay.
yeah, you got to hold on, otherwise you fall off.
That would make sense.
So he made it down fast, and he wasn't the last, but there were some others ahead. He was sure there were 4 and quite possibly more, so he sprinted on towards the Merced.
Mercedes.
No, Merced, it's a river.
Oh, okay.
He jumped in the river. Man, it's cold, he thought, as he fought its flow. It came from the hills where the great water fills all the falls with spring's melting snow.
Wait. Let me make him make melting snow sound. Let's see what.
Sure. That sounds like melting snow, I guess. So he jumped from the river and passed Mr. Bear, who was caught completely off guard. You could see the surprise in his big yellow eyes as he was passed like a bucket of lard. This wasn't barely, by the way. Barely is quite spelt.
Yes. It smells like popcorn.
A one-y lunch sounded good, as it probably would, but he knew he'd have to forget it. For with others to beat, there was no time to eat. If he stopped, I knew he'd regret it. And Awani is the lodge there where they serve really good food.
Oh, that makes it make more sense then.
Yes. So, suddenly Ty felt the need for some serious speed, and he began to snarl and sneer. He was hauling real tail as he burned up the trail and kicked it into high gear.
Boop.
Then just like that, he passed the Bobcat as they turned on the John Muir Trail. Ty just couldn't miss. For all of his practice, he was sure he wouldn't fail. Then by Vernal Falls, he passed Mr. Squirrel, who was looking so thin and frail, as he panted and swayed in the water that sprayed from the falls along Mist's trail.
He didn't miss it.
To his right was Nevada with its tall dark cliffs and its water that thundered and fell.
And all
Then a
those the furries that are now at BLFC at Nevada.
Right. Thundered and fell. Then a smile from inside crossed his lips from the pride that one feels when one's doing so well. He could feel his heart beat right down to his feet. He wondered how long he would last. Then on ahead toward the lion he sped. He was tired, but still running fast.
I am aghast.
Yes, I'll win, he thought with a grin, as a redwood watched him go. So he picked up the pace, and at the end of the race, while the lion was starting to slow. Then, because of the lion's refusal to train, he just couldn't take any more pain. So among Half Dome's many switchbacks, the lion stopped and collapsed in his tracks. Then with a burst of magnificent speed, Little Ty Cooney took control of the lead.
Oh my.
Then Ty had to stop, right there at the top on Half Dome to find a way down. He found a great bird. Though it does sound absurd, they flew off the cliff towards the ground.
That is so absurd.
It is. He was feeling so fine as he crossed over the line, and a smile broke forth from within. Though Ty was so small, he just beat them all. And that's why this book's named after him.
Oh, my.
So ended that day. In the month of May, the big race was over and done. It was a big day for raccoons. They set free their balloons, for Little Ty Cooney had won.
Woo! Every
The
Virgo, yay!
end.
Yay!
And at the end of the book, the author has put in how to draw Ty. And so there are plenty of like pictures for you to learn how to draw a raccoon in this book, as well as some of the scenery around Yosemite.
So you first have to check this book out.
Yes.
Tell us the name again and the author.
The name of it is Little Ty Cooney and the Big Yosemite Race, and it's by Stephen Riley.
Okay, so you first check out this book. It's a fun little book, and you learn how to draw. So if any of you first actually do get it and learn how to draw, write us in, through the Telegram chat, BFFT Telegram chat, or the website, or email, or however, and let us know what you learned to draw and what you think of it. And maybe you can come on the show and talk about it and learn about your artistic adventures.
Yes. So, with that done, we're going to do a little bit of trivia. I have not prepared because I thought the Barely would be here by now, but apparently he is even further behind in the weeds than he was before. So, I'm going to pop up the random trivia generator and let's see if we can't find some good questions.
And while you do that, I'm going to refill my little puppy dish.
Okay.
Get a nice little lime and lemon because it's a special Thursday night with Rayne. So I will be back. And while I'm gone, Rayne, and once you find your trivia, entertain and oh, you found it. Well, then while I'm refilling puppy dish, discuss with our listeners the magic of Beryllian fruit that has Canada Dry on its melon.
Okay, Beryllian fruit. Well, I mean, obviously it's magic because Beryllian, that's not a real word. It sounds like some kind of magic made up word. So the Beryllian fruit with the Canada Dry on it is pretty good because, I mean, Canada Dry ginger ale is some of the finest ginger ale ever created. And, ginger ale and Beryllian fruit can't be beat. I mean, it's a taste sensation across the nation. Nobody's going to turn it down. Even if you don't like ginger ale, you're going to like it with Beryllian fruit in it. And, that's what I think about it. I just can't imagine anybody would think any different than I'm thinking about it because, it's Beryllian fruit. And, so get some Beryllian fruit. You have to go to quite a few stores to get it because obviously being a magical fruit, it's not going to just be in like the regular grocery store. So not Fred Meyer's or anything like that. You're probably going to want to go to like some kind of magical grocery store. If you don't know where one is, talk to your friends who are Harry Potter fans or something like that. And they'll probably be able to tell you, where to go to find Beryllian fruit. I mean, the Canada Dry ginger ale, you can find that anywhere. It's like everywhere. I mean, every grocery store carries that. But, Beryllian fruit, you're going to have to definitely go shopping in a magical department or a grocery store for that. So, Taebyn is off filling his water dish, and I think we have just about talked about all the Beryllian fruit that I can think of. Although you can have Beryllian fruit many different ways. If you don't have it with ginger ale, I think you're just missing the point entirely because ginger ale really brings out the flavor of the Beryllian and the Verullian portion of the fruit. So definitely do that. Taebyn needs to really hurry up because I have really run out of things to say about Beryllian fruit. And I'm sure he's going to enjoy listening to this as much as you all are enjoying listening to it right now. And so with that, I'm just going to sit here quietly and contemplate the meaning of the universe, which we all know is 42 because, come on, that's the answer to everything. It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So, 42 is definitely the answer. And I'm just going to sit here and wait for the pup to come back. I thought I was going to be quiet, but I can't really be quiet because this is an audio podcast. So it would just be weird just having like long silence. So, I mean, how are you furs doing? That is the real question. And have any of you actually ever tried Bernoulli and fruit with Canada Dry on it? Of course. Don't try it without the Canada Dry because I'm going to tell you, you're just going to not enjoy it. It might make you a little bit sick, but yeah, definitely get it with the Canada Dry.
Okay, I heard definitely get it with the Canada Dry. So
Yes,
I'm looking forward to finding out what all you said to
you
our
will. I
listeners.
actually kind of gave up halfway through, but I soldiered on and went back into it.
I'm excited. I have to write down to make sure to listen to this episode.
Oh yeah, definitely you should. So, trivia.
Okay, woo!
So since Barely is not here, I'm going to ask all the trivia questions to you.
Oh,
okay. Which famous artist designed the Chupa Chups logo in 1969?
Willy Wonka.
No.
Oh, not a Oopa Loopa, but okay.
It was Salvador Dali.
Oh, I did not know that.
Okay.
I'll have to look that up and see. Look at that. Because Dolly did the like melting watches and stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. That is the correct artist. I was gonna answer Paco Panda, but you know.
Well, it could go either way. Actually,
It could have gone either way. So let's see. What's our next one? So what company developed the Xpander graphing calculator, and it's spelled Xpander, but never put it into production?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to use a little puppy logic on this one. So Xpander.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So at one point in life, there was a panda named Paco, and he ate so much that his belly expanded. And then the calculator company got a hold of Paco and said, Paco, this calculator will not pet Bessie the correct direction. Bessie is their cow mascot, of course.
Cow, yes, of course.
And so they decided that since your Paco is such an expander that it's not fit to be set loose in the wild to pet any more cows, and so they did not produce it. So how is the question phrased again?
Who created it but did not release it? What company created it?
So who is this that went to Pan? Well, it must be Little Red Riding Hood.
You're close. It's Hewlett Packard.
Oh, I'm very close. I mean, Little Red Riding Hood did approach Paco Panda and want to go into business with them to create calculators, but it just didn't work out.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, duh. Come on.
Yeah, duh.
You know why wouldn't you? Because I want to walk around barefoot. That's why I wouldn't chew.
Yeah, you didn't chew my hamburgers.
I didn't.
You just like dissolved them.
I did.
Still kind of a little upset about that, but I'm gonna let you have that.
And you still let me have some eggplant parmesan.
Some eggplant, yeah. It was good. I mean, I couldn't eat it all. That's a lot of eggplant.
It's filling.
It was a big eggplant. Well, it's genetically modified eggplant.
Oh, so McDonald's took it first.
Yeah. So what is an atom? Atom. Not atom.
Okay. I was going to say, I know.
What is an atom that has more electrons than normal referred to as?
What is an what is an atom that has more electrons than normal referred to as obese? I don't know.
No. The correct answer is a negative ion.
Oh.
Okay. What was Big Ben renamed to in 2012?
Big Rich Key?
No.
It was stupid.
The
That was a
answer
horrible
is
guess.
Elizabeth Tower. After the
What?
deceased
Really?
queen. But she
What?
wasn't deceased back then.
So,
She's
is this
named
a
stuff
true
after
thing?
herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently
Oh,
she just did.
that's
Because
why
she was
they
still
did
alive
that.
back then, so she was probably just like, I'm gonna name this after myself,
Oh.
as a good monarch does.
Yeah. Like a good
Okay.
because okay. Bear with me.
Okay.
Because
I'll raccoon with you.
raccoon with me. Because when she has dinner, she throws the butter out the window to see the butterfly, like the good monarch she is.
Okay.
So do the crickets.
Oh, that was blink blink.
That works to do them all. Okay, that was. So that might be what's called a Taebyn level pun, i.e., really horrible and
Really bad.
reaching.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a literature one that you should probably get.
Oh, good.
I hope you're gonna get this one.
Okay.
Who is the richest character in The Wind in the Willows?
The frog.
Come on, you voice. Oh, you're close.
Oh,
But no.
the toad.
Mr. Toad, yes.
We'll give it to me. We'll give it to me.
Okay, one more question. Let's
Okay.
see what the trivia randomizer has for you. What is the word laser short for?
Laser Adronomus purple feet.
No, it's short because it has little feet.
Oh, okay. That's true.
No, that's not the right answer. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. And you're muted again.
And I'm muted again.
Your
Let me
tail keeps hitting the mic
My
thing. You
tail
gotta stop it.
tail keeps muting. Makes me sound this, and you can't what I'm really talking about. I was gonna say, I think I knew that at one point, but I did not remember.
Okay, well, which is a big hole in the ground, we have come to the end of our show.
Or I've been told that it can actually be a little hole in the ground,
I guess it could, depending on the water table.
depending on the water table. Yep.
I
Yes,
don't know
we
why
have
the water's
reached
on the
the end.
table. You gotta somebody
Clean
should
it
get
up. It's
a
like-
rag and just
It's
wipe it
because
up
my
before.
tail knocked it over again and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. Barely didn't show up. So this was the Rayne and Taebyn show this evening.
Yeah, for this evening is the Rayne and Taebyn show. So we know you have a choice in podcasts, and we're glad that you picked ours, or we're forced to listen to it. However you got here,
Oh, crap.
we're happy to have you. Remember that you can support us through Merch Perch at Bonfire, Redbubble, and Fourth Wall. I think that's all of them, right?
Ko-Fi?
No, that's Ko-Fi is just sending us some tips. And
You can do
Patreon.
that too. You can do,
Yeah,
and
you can give us some money through Ko-Fi or Patreon.
and you can-
remember that there's Taebyn merch.
there's
on Fourth
you
Wall.
read my mind. There's Taebyn merch on
Yeah.
Fourth Wall, so check that out.
Yeah. So, have you put anything up there yet, or is it still just blank stuff?
Oh, you've noticed. I was hoping no fur had noticed yet. I'm having trouble getting it to work, but eventually. So I've been working on it. There will be merch, and hopefully by the time any fur actually hears this, there will be merch. But that's just to say, if there's not yet, there will be. It's just this pup has technical difficulties with
You've got
pausing.
2 weeks to get it figured out.
I have 2 weeks to get it figured out. Rayne, I might have to enlist your help
Please do.
again.
I will
So-
give you a hand or a paw.
Well, or yeah. So my secret is out. I've been trying for the past month to just not say anything about that. But there it is. Anyway, now you first know.
We will make it happen,
We
Captain.
will make it happen. There'll be stickers. I'm hoping to have some T-shirts, and 1 or 2 mystery items that even Rayne and Barely don't know about yet.
Ooh,
So
mysteries. I like a good mystery.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Zoinks!
I also like a good Mr. Flower Because sometimes the mystery just gets annoying, and you just want to.
The mystery, but she's always like, how does my dress look?
I know, and Mr. Flower is just like, I already know I look good, so I'm not even gonna ask.
Well, I mean, he's just.
He's
quite
a
the
pretty
bud.
purple flower. He's quite the
Yeah.
bud, indeed.
Yeah. So, with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Taebyn, to say goodbye to all of our tortured listeners. I mean, all of our valued listeners.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for, if you've heard the show before, I'm going to say it, and it's true. I don't just say this just because I'm saying it. I actually mean it. It means a lot to us that you're listening to this crazy thing that we do, that we've been doing for 3.5 years, every single week. What is wrong with us, Rayne? Do you even know?
We're gluttons for punishment.
Yes, we are. Gluttons for puppishment.
Punishment, yes.
That's what we are. But it really
We
does
like
mean a lot
being
to us.
embarrassed.
And I hope that I'm not raccoonist either. I don't know. I was trying to get raccoon.
Yeah, it's not a lot of ones that go with that.
Nope. Just like the word orange and how nothing rhymes with it. Anyway, yes.
Nothing does not rhyme with orange, by the way.
Anything. Nothing
Nothing
doesn't
doesn't rhyme with orange.
Nothing does not rhyme with orange. I mean, nothing orange. They don't even. It's not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
Rayne, you're very smart. That's very true. You're very smart.
Why, thank you.
Speaking of being derailed from me trying to end the show, can am I gonna let us do it? Oh my cow! So if you Furries are actually listening right now, I hug you so tight with Posies. Make sure to come see me at a con. Come see us at a con. Hug us tight with Posies, and it'll be really great. So thank you so much for listening to the show. We hope you like it. We hope we've been entertained. We hope we've given you some wise words of life advice. I hope not, because would you actually want to hear life advice from us? No, you wouldn't. So besides that, exactly. So besides that, we wish you adieu, and also Mubark Fluff, or should I say Mubark Fluff. And until next week, we bark at you. Can't wait. See you next time, or bark at you next time. Bark, bark, and stay furry.
Mubark Fluff, everyone. Stay furry, and we'll try and find Barely. I'm wondering, it's getting close to winter. Maybe he's getting ready to hibernate.
You might have to just do the Rayne and Taebyn show next week too. We will find out. Stay tuned next week.
We'll try and find him because this is a little too much with just you and me. I think people are gonna get. Yeah, people need those golden dulcet tones of Barely to really relax into this show.
I love how we officially said bye-bye, and we're still here.
Yeah,
we
need to get on with it.
Okay,
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Okay, we're actually going now. If any of you first actually heard until now, we really want to know. So write in and let us know. Until then, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Baby, bye, bye, bye.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and the guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded, and directed by Barely Normal aka Mike Began and is edited by Barely Normal and co-producer Rayne Raccoon. This week's episode was produced, recorded, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music as well as some interstitial music was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by our music associate Regday with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Regday, you can search for Tweezer Beak on Bandcamp or Hooploop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on SoundCloud.com, and the YouTube Free Use Library. Social media presence is maintained by Ziggy the Meme Weasel. Transfurmation Station was created by Lux Operon and is produced, directed, and edited by Rayne Raccoon. You can send us a message via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. The show is supported through subscriptions on barelyfurcasting.com. Donations at ko-fi.com/barelyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.